At 75, King Charles III has suddenly shared a scary truth about Princess Diana's death. Reflecting on his life in the public eye, he recalled how he began his journey 12 years ago, understanding that the media would take an interest in his every move. The story of his relationship with Diana began in 1981 at the Spencer family estate, where young Diana caught his eye, even though he was there with her sister. Their instant connection quickly became a topic of public fascination. During one interview, Charles seemed unsure about his feelings, hinting at deeper problems in their relationship. Tune in as we explore the unseen footage that reveals these shocking truths Charles has discussed about Diana's tragic end. Recently, the king shared something unexpected that may change how we view the events surrounding her death. He spoke candidly about the difficult moments leading up to Diana's passing and the role he played in the events before it occurred. With these new details emerging, it remains unclear whether his confession will bring the closure that many people have been hoping for. But just as he concluded his speech, a long-forgotten voice from the past called out, challenging every word he had just spoken. Yet, that wasn't the most awkward part. Despite feeling more and more drawn to Diana during their time together, he continued his relationship with Sarah. In fact, he even went on a ski trip with her to Clusters, a famous resort in Switzerland. Photos of the couple skiing together suggested that any spark between Charles and Diana wasn't developing into anything more at that point. According to a biography by Sarah Bradford, Lady Sarah McCorkdale told a journalist that she was never romantically interested in Charles and had no intention of marrying him. This ended their relationship, leaving the way clear for Diana and Charles. They met again at Charles' 30th birthday party, but it wasn't until 2 years later at a gathering hosted by a mutual friend that they reconnected in a more meaningful way. Diana described Charles as one of the greatest men she had ever met, calling him her best friend and a great father to her children. At the time, Charles was grieving the loss of his beloved great-uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten. Diana offered him comfort, and their bond grew stronger. As their relationship deepened, Charles, known for his charm, introduced Diana to some of his favorite hobbies, like fishing, and invited her to Balmoral, his beautiful estate in Scotland. Their growing closeness didn't go unnoticed by the public. 6 months into their relationship, the couple got engaged and officially announced their plans to marry on February 24, 1981. Charles had planned a trip to Australia to give Diana time to think about his proposal, but she surprised him by accepting it right away. Soon after, Diana moved out of her Kensington apartment, where she had been living with friends, and into Clarence's house to prepare for her new role as his fiancée. The world's eyes were on her during this time, especially when she revealed her stunning engagement ring. The ring, featuring a 12-carat blue sapphire from Sri Lanka surrounded by diamonds, became a symbol of their forthcoming marriage and her entrance into the royal spotlight. The ring he chose for her was very different from the traditional royal engagement rings, but he was extremely concerned that the press would get hold of it, something he felt he couldn't handle. The ring was inspired by a piece that Prince Albert had designed for Queen Victoria in 1840. During an important interview, he gave a strange answer when asked about love, which cast doubts over their relationship. While sitting together, she confidently declared that they were in love, but he hesitated, hinting at a more complicated view of love. This small moment hinted at future issues in their marriage. In a surprising twist, she chose to leave out the word obey from her vows, breaking with royal tradition. During the ceremony, a small mistake occurred when she mixed up his name, causing a brief interruption. Another mishap followed when he forgot to kiss her after the vows. They later made up for it by sharing a spontaneous kiss on the Buckingham Palace balcony, which thrilled the cheering crowd. After the wedding, the couple went on a 3-month honeymoon, which included a cruise on the royal yacht Britannia and some time in Scotland. Although they appeared happy in public, she privately struggled with her new role. She often felt overwhelmed by her royal duties but tried to show confidence in public. The early years of their marriage, which saw the birth of their sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, were marked by a mix of public celebrations and private difficulties, shaping her life in many important ways. Now, as family joy mixes with hidden troubles, we see how deep bonds are tested as Diana and Charles navigate parenthood and scandal. People magazine shared that Diana, Princess of Wales, and the hospital staff planned the timing of William's birth to fit into his busy schedule so that he could be there for the important moment. His arrival was a joyful occasion, marking a new chapter in their lives as parents, even though there were some challenges in their relationship. The birth brought them together in a shared moment of happiness, and in an interview, she spoke about how happy she was with his birth and appreciated the strong support she received from him during the delivery. As they awaited the birth of their second child, Prince Harry, there was a lot of excitement, but beneath the surface, their marriage was starting to show cracks. As her pregnancy with him progressed, the challenges in their relationship became more obvious. Still, the news of her second pregnancy brought hope, and they eagerly looked forward to welcoming another child. However, he was slightly disappointed when he found out that the baby was another boy. He had been hoping for a girl, someone who might one day become queen. Fast forward to Kay Hartung outside Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, where baby Lily was born on Friday. Kay recalled being in Windsor for the birth of Archie, remarking that this was certainly a very different experience. At first, his birth was a happy occasion that brought the couple closer, but the joy didn't last long. Soon after, things took a turn for the worse. When he restarted his relationship with an old flame, Camilla, despite her best efforts to save her marriage, she felt overshadowed by his strong feelings for her. This betrayal deeply hurt her, leading her into a period of great sadness. She later described this time as one of the hardest and most heartbreaking parts of her life. But that wasn't the worst part. In a bold move to try and save her marriage, she confronted Camilla at a birthday party in 1989. She later described this as one of the bravest things she did during her 10-year marriage to him. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and his bond with her only grew stronger. This caused her even more distress. Later that same year, a private phone conversation between him and her was leaked, causing a huge scandal known as Camilla Gate. The public was shocked as the media uncovered intimate details of their relationship, and this news dominated the headlines. While all of this was happening, she was still married to Andrew Parker Bowles, and became the center of media attention. Her reputation took a hit. In response, he decided to address the scandal head-on. He appeared in a televised interview with journalist Jonathan Dimbleby. During this interview, he was asked if he had been faithful to her. He claimed that he was, at least until the marriage became impossible to save. She later shared her side of the story in a 1995 interview with BBC's Panorama, where she spoke about the complex issues in their marriage and her role in their struggles. Then came the announcement that they were officially separating on December 9, 1992. This was a significant moment for the British royal family. The announcement was made by Prime Minister John Major in a speech to the House of Commons. He said, "The Royal Highnesses have no plans to divorce and their constitutional positions are unaffected. This decision has been reached amicably, and they will both continue to participate fully in the upbringing of their children." He emphasized that the couple would continue to co-parent their sons, Will and Harry. Queen Elizabeth II supported their decision to separate. Despite this, the public was surprised when they appeared together in May 1993 at a ceremony marking the 50th anniversary of the Battle of the Atlantic. This led to rumors that they might reconcile, as they seemed comfortable in each other's company. However, hope for reconciliation faded. The last time they appeared together in public was on December 25, 1993, during the royal family's Christmas walk in Sandringham. After their separation, both focused on their own lives. She dedicated herself to charity work and improving her public speaking skills with the help of a voice coach. Meanwhile, he continued his royal duties, attending formal events and representing the monarchy both at home and abroad. But the most challenging part was yet to come. When news of their impending divorce became public, they met at St. James's Palace to discuss the terms of their split. These negotiations, which lasted 4 months, covered everything from financial matters to custody of their beloved sons. Finally, on July 15, 1996, the court officially recognized their divorce, ending one of the most talked-about royal marriages in modern history. The court's decision to approve their separation marked the conclusion of their 15-year marriage. A little over a month later, on August 28, 1996, the legal documents were finalized and made public, closing a chapter that had captured the attention of people worldwide. Following her divorce, she experienced a complex range of emotions, from relief to sadness and uncertainty, as she began a new stage in her life. While she appeared calm and composed in front of others, she was grappling with deep emotional pain behind the scenes. On the day her marriage officially ended, she confided in her brother-in-law, Sir Robert Fellows, about the emotional difficulties she was facing as she transitioned from public roles to personal challenges. Once the divorce was finalized, the financial terms of their separation were revealed. Although she lost her official title of Her Royal Highness, she was allowed to keep the title of Princess of Wales, which still connected her to the royal family. The decision to strip her of her Royal Highness status was a subject of intense debate, with him supporting the move and the Queen initially considering allowing her to keep it. Her financial settlement provided her with stability and independence, enabling her to stay at Kensington Palace and continue using royal planes for her charity work. As part of the agreement, she was also permitted to host events in the royal apartments at St. James's Palace. She received a large one-time payment of $22.5 million, as well as an annual allowance of $600,000 for her private office. However, this allowance was set to stop in September 1996. Despite losing financial support for her office, she was allowed to keep her marriage jewelry and retained access to royal and government planes, which helped provide her with security and logistical support. Yet, the challenges she faced in this new phase of life were not solely financial. Throughout this period, she demonstrated her usual strength and positivity, seeing the divorce as an opportunity for personal growth. She sought to reclaim her independence and redefine her identity in life after the divorce. During this time, she was involved in a few low-profile romantic relationships. One of the most significant was with Dr. Hat Khan, a respected heart and lung surgeon she met in September 1995. Their relationship lasted 2 years and was kept very private, but eventually, the media uncovered it. She affectionately referred to him as Mr. Wonderful. However, their relationship came to an end because Dr. Khan did not want to live in the public eye. As always, rumors and media attention followed her. She was linked to several individuals, including art dealer Oliver, rugby player Will Carlin, and investor Theodore J. Forsan, although most of these rumors were never substantiated. After her relationship with Dr. Khan ended, she began dating Dodi Al-Fayed, a film producer and the son of a wealthy businessman. However, after the birth of Harry, their relationship seriously deteriorated. It simply hadn't worked out as either of them had hoped. Even before the wedding, both Diana and Charles had serious doubts about their relationship, and this was evident to those around them. Their relationship was highly publicized, particularly during a summer vacation in 1997 in the south of France. Seeking even more privacy, the couple traveled to Paris, where tragically, they died in a car crash on August 31, 1997. The crash that claimed the lives of Princess Diana and her companion was caused by their driver, Henri Paul, who was speeding and intoxicated while attempting to escape the paparazzi. This tragic accident not only ended their lives but also left a profound impact on people around the world. The timing of her death was especially heartbreaking, as it occurred just when it seemed there was a chance for her and him to reconcile and heal from past issues. A few days before her death, he had visited her on her 35th birthday, and they shared a rare moment of lightheartedness, a stark contrast to their usually tense interactions. Sadly, this brief moment of happiness was abruptly cut short, leaving behind only memories and the lasting influence of her life and struggles. Her sudden death on that August night shocked and devastated people worldwide, and it also ended any hopes that she and he might reconcile. Queen Elizabeth II was deeply saddened by the news and faced the difficult task of waking her sons to inform them of their mother's death. Princes Andrew and Edward met with mourners outside Kensington Palace to hear their thoughts, while Edward signed the condolence book at St. James's Palace. As the royal family moved between Balmoral and the nearby church, they paused to observe the sea of flowers and heartfelt notes left by mourners. On September 5, he and his sons returned to London, stopping at Kensington Palace to view the floral tributes. Queen Elizabeth also returned to London, accompanied by Prince Philip, the Queen Mother, and Princess Margaret. She planned to address the nation on television and visited Buckingham Palace to see the flowers placed there. At St. James's Palace, where Diana's body was lying, the Queen met with the public who came to sign condolence books. Her brother, Earl Spencer, and Sarah, the Duchess of York, also visited to pay their respects. Her funeral became a major event, attended by people from all over the world, including both prominent figures and ordinary mourners. He attended the funeral, reminding everyone of the life they had once shared. Surprisingly, he chose to wear a navy suit rather than the traditional black mourning attire, sparking much conversation. This, however, was no ordinary fashion choice, it was a personal tribute to her, honoring her unique style and legacy. "I was the one that went out with my car, brought people back to Kensington Palace in the back seat of my car underneath the blanket, just to give the princess some love," he later reflected. All she ever wanted was to be loved. After the funeral, she was laid to rest in a private ceremony with only close family and friends present. She was buried wearing a black gown by Catherine Walker, a choice she had made before her death. In her hands, she held a rosary that had been gifted to her by Mother Teresa. Her final resting place is on a quiet island within her family's estate at Althorpe. However, the difficult period for the royal family did not end with her death. Following her passing, some people criticized the royal family for adhering too closely to royal traditions during such a personal loss. One particular point of controversy was Buckingham Palace's decision not to lower the royal standard flag to half-mast. The palace explained that the royal standard represents the presence of the monarch and had never flown at half-mast. However, in response to public sentiment, the Union flag was lowered as the Queen left for the funeral, marking a shift in royal protocol. There were also rumors of tension between him and the Queen's secretary, Sir Robert Fellows, regarding how the funeral should be conducted. While he wanted a more public ceremony, the Queen preferred something more private. The palace denied these rumors. Additionally, there were discussions about restoring Her Royal Highness title after her death, but it was decided not to, believing that this would align with her wishes. What do you think about King Charles III's revelations regarding Princess Diana's death? Do you believe this might shed new light on the tragedy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.